Some of us are uniquely gifted to create amazing things, but we're afraid to put it out there. Hey guys, welcome back to Jeslyn Loretta Studios. My name is Jeslyn, and today we are going to talk about exhibitions. So, if you are not familiar, exhibitions are just opportunities for visual artists to display their work. Usually they take place in galleries. However, with things changing and art changing, they've been taking place more and more in places outside of galleries. So they can take place in a cafe, they can take place outside, they can take place, in a trailer. So there are so many different new innovative ways of having exhibitions that have been taking place. So how do you get into an exhibition? Well, there are two ways. So one way is you are invited. Usually this happens when you've gained a sense of notoriety within the arts community and people know who you are. They invite you to be a part of an exhibition and you are a part. There's really not much of a, rejection or acceptance process because you've kind of been invited. In some versions, you can be invited, but still have to, apply and they have to approve you. But for the most part, if they invite you to exhibit, you're probably already exhibiting in it. Like there's no having to win them over. The second way that you can participate is by applying. So, galleries and individuals holding exhibitions will put out open calls. These can be found online using Google or New York Foundation for the Arts or some other platform where you can find open calls. Your city or your state may have their own platform for open calls. Cafe Call for Artists is also a great platform to use if you're a visual artist looking for calls, awards, fellowships, and all types of things. So you apply to the open call, which involves submitting an artist statement, a resume, images of your work, sometimes a biography. And after submitting this, you're basically done with the application. They'll give you a timeline on when they'll be letting you know whether or not you got in the exhibition, and you'll hear back from them most likely via email. They usually don't call you. It's kind of weird if they did. I've never had them call me. I've always, just gotten an email. So check your email, check your spam around the time when they'll be notifying you of, your acceptance or your rejection. If you are accepted, congratulations. Now is the part where you kind of have to, it's not a lot of work. If you've applied with work that is already completed, which is usually the requirement, then you are just getting your work ready to ship, which involves packaging it and shipping it. If it's a local exhibition, you're just dropping off your work. You will often have to sign a contract. If there is no contract, I would highly suggest you probably don't take that opportunity. There always has to be a clear understanding of the fact that this is still your work. It doesn't belong to them. They have the right to exhibit your work, but they don't own the rights to your work. And there always has to be an agreement of how things work. Like, is your work getting picked up? Do they take commissions? You want to have everything agreed upon, because otherwise things can happen that you would prefer not to happen and you kind of don't really have a protection for it. So they will often / always have a contract for you to sign, and then you just prepare for the exhibition process, which is submitting and getting your work ready, showing up to the show, and celebrating. It's actually one of the most amazing parts of being an artist is being able to exhibit. Once you get all of your application materials ready for one open call, save them because you'll basically be using the same things for every other open call. They'll always ask you for your name. They'll always ask you for images of your work. They'll always want an artist statement. Sometimes they will also want a biography. But with looking for exhibitions, I think you have to stay encouraged, stay positive, keep doing it. You will not get everything that you apply to. If you do, then you're super awesome. You are awesome. But In general, you will not get every opportunity. There will be some things that you don't get, and don't allow the fact that you didn't get it to discourage you from continuing to try. You have to keep trying. You have to keep putting yourself out there, because eventually you're going to find a space that wants you, that's going to want your work, that's going to give you an opportunity to exhibit. And I feel like once you get in there once, it kind of like opens up so many other doors, and opportunities come often, more often. You start getting more things, and you start getting more acceptances, and you start really feeling like your career is advancing. So I hope that these tips were helpful to you, and get out there, apply to open calls, put your work out there, and have a good time doing it. Don't stress yourself out. You are worthy even before you apply. That is all that I have for today. I'll see you all next time. Bye.